Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Hbar price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Hbar chart. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to start the video here on the 1 hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening and also give you the short-term scenarios before I jump into the higher time frames to give you the long-term scenarios. And Hbar, after making its bear market low at around the $0.0356 mark, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside in this 1-2 setup before we started this Elliot wave structure that we have continued to obey, where we have that is the first wave to the upside, then a wave 2, and I believe we're in the formation of this wave 3 before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to complete an even higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this wave 3 so that I can give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, I can first sketch out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upside at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.0584 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. And in the formation of that wave 3, which is an impulsive wave, I'm also expecting to see fractal waves in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 3, and that is so because a wave 3 is an impulsive wave, and we are seeing such a structure having this as the first wave, then we have seen the wave 2, the wave 3, then a wave 4, and I believe in the formation of this wave 5, which should fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside. Then from there we can expect a retracement here on the charts in the formation of this wave 3, that is that wave 4, and that is what I'm expecting on the short-term scenarios. And before I give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, we can first take a look at the indicators here on the 1 hour chart to see what will be supported on the RSI, where we are trading at around the 54 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side to fully maximize the formation of that wave 3. And also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, meaning lower prices are coming our way, and that would mean maybe we might see a bit of a short-term bearish movement before we continue pushing even higher to fully maximize the formation of that wave 3 to the upside. And jumping to the daily chart to give you whatever I'm expecting on the long-term scenarios, here on the daily chart you can first see that we have this descending channel that I have here on the daily chart, which has continued to be obeyed, giving us more than 3 touch points, and we saw a breakout out of the channel to the upper side, and after seeing the breakout we continued pushing even higher. And I was also expecting to see a retest of that upper side of the channel, and that is better seen here on the 4 hour chart. Here on the 4 hour chart, the retest of that upper side of the channel is better seen, where you can see we had the breakout, then the retest was in before we continued pushing even higher. And getting back to the daily chart to give you an Elliot wave structure that I have here on the daily chart, if I zoom out here on the daily chart, you can see that I have this Elliot wave structure in red, where you can see from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $0.59 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market, where we had been seeing low prices in this ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.0356 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, and that is what I'm expecting on the long-term scenarios. And using a trend based Fibonacci, I have sketched out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.9768 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. So those are my short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, and I'll keep you updated.